Hello everyone. Today I'll be talking about list comprehensions, starting with the traditional approach. So here we have an empty list to store the results, and we have a condition, a loop for I in range 1 is to 6, where loop through numbers 1 to 6. Then the function squares.append I into I. For each number I that the user will be inputting, it should calculate its square and add it to the list squares. So here, as you can see in the diagram below, I'm inputting the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. For example, the list is empty as of now because I don't want to just store these numbers. I want to store the squares of these numbers. So it would go through that process, and using append, I would be adding it to the empty list, and now the values that would be stored is 1, 4, 9, and 16. Now, list comprehension simplified. This line of code I seen here does everything from the previous code. It's the same logic. It's just one compact expression. It's cleaner, faster, and easier to read. It will still loop through numbers 1 to 5. It will square each and add it to the list. Instead of using append, I'm just doing it in one compact expression to allow it to be more faster and to allow my code to look more neater. So it's more of a one linear sort of program, as you can see in the diagram. Each number will go one by one. It will get squared and will be stored in the list. Next is adding conditions. This is basically filtering. So filtering in the sense, as the word suggests, I want to remove a few inputs based on a condition. So let's say a person will input numbers from 1 to 20, but I only want numbers that are divisible by 5 to be stored in my list. Adding conditions will allow you to do that by filtering all numbers that are not divisible by 5. Now, in this case, I want to square and store the squares of those numbers which are only even. So now the numbers inputted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will be filtered using the condition if when mod 2 gives you a remainder of 0. This is the basic condition to check for even numbers. Now, if the numbers inputted pass this filter, then it will be stored and squared. So as you can see here, when 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will be filtered, only 2 and 4 will be accepted. This would then be squared because I into I for each number entered, right? So it will be squared and stored in the list as 4 and 16. This is basically filtering out 1, 3, and 5 since they are not even numbers. Next, working with strings. Now, it will loop through a list of names, and once it loops through a list of names, the condition that I have used, if name starts with A, then it will only select few names inputted that will begin with A. So as you can see in the diagram below, this is the basic summarized logic. Alice, Bob, Anna, Charlie. These are my inputs, right? From the list names. Now I want to create a new list with only names that start with the letter A. So it will go through a condition checker. It will check which of these four names start with A. Anna and Alice, right? Only those will be used and those will be stored in the new list A underscore names. It's working like a scanner. These two new names get check marks and they move into a new group. In this case, it will move into a new list, and this new list will be more like a filtered list. So it's using conditions, but instead of using numbers like in all the previous examples, it's working with strings.